simply offering to you, Mr. President, my admiration for you, your leadership, your convening us, your giving us this platform, and for being a champion and a relentless champion for issues that affect Africa. I consider you a friend, but you are an inspiring leader, and an inspiring leader that we need at this time for this continent. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Your Excellency. Thank you so much, Dr. Adesina. Sorry, thank you so much. And I think I will be doing a lot of injustice if I do not acknowledge all the young people from across the African continent in this room who have put their energy and effort in putting together the African Youth Climate Declaration.
Yes, we have that potential. Nobody eats potential. We have to unlock that potential. And for us at the African Development Bank, today, we devote 87% of all of our financing on energy generation to renewable energy. So one of our biggest programs we have is Desert to Power, which is a $20 billion investment we are making all across 11 countries with the Sahelian zone, which includes, Mr. President, also northern part of Kenya. And I'm just coming also from Eritrea, Ethiopia, Eritrea, Sudan, all those areas, and the rest of the Sahelian countries. $20 billion investment that will allow us to construct 10,000 megawatts of solar and allow us to provide electricity for 250 million people. And when it is finished, it will be the largest solar zone in the world. And so we are trying to make sure we can harness the power of the sun for our development. So we are doing our best on that. We are doing our best in the issue of hydro. We're working, of course, we have to do the big project in Inga, which we have to actually do that. We're working with you here on geothermal, with the MATIANG'I and all the others that you have. So all I'm trying to say is that we are maximizing on everything we have. But there must be realism. We cannot power African economies only on renewable energy. Look, today, so we should move away from ideological stuff and be practical. Europe is buying gas all across Africa. Why? Because they have to stabilize their grid. In Africa, I'm looking at, even in Kenya, you had power cuts because of the variability of the power. Other countries have power cuts because renewable energy is highly variable. Now, we need it, but we need to have stable grids to run industries, the kind of industries, Mr. President, that you are talking about. So that means we don't have nuclear. The only thing we have is gas. And therefore, natural gas must be part of the energy mix of Africa to be able to, first and foremost, drive stability of our grid. It's faster to have gas to power, modular systems, and so on. And it's very, very important. And now, I know others, some people say, oh, okay, President of African Development Bank, wait. Are you not going to be contributing to global emissions? The answer to that is a big no. The analysis that we have done at the African Development Bank, that the Global Center on Adaptation has done, and the International Energy Agency, Mr. President, we find that if Africa were to use today all of its natural gas to do just power, you know how much we will add to global emissions? 0.5%. That's it. And so we contributed only 3% since 1890 in terms of emissions globally. Give us room to develop. Give us space to be able to industrialize. We are doing the maximum we can with renewable energy, and we will continue to do that. Reality is, renewable alone will not power this continent. We have to have stable grid. That's very, very important, and it's not going to add to any global. It's not going to add to any global emissions. Now, when somebody goes on a cruise and they have a cruise ship, so you go from one room to the other, you play basketball, you play this and so on, the cruise ship, Mr. President, is stable. That is how energy transition is for developed countries. You can shift from one thing to the other, but your economy is stable. For us, because we still have 600 million people without access to electricity, We still have 900 million people, majority of those women without access to clean cooking energy. I will compare our own to being like on a rickety boat. So if you move from one side to the other side, you're just going to flip over. So we must recognize that no one size fits all. Every country, every region should be allowed to use what it has, being mindful of its commitment to Paris Agreement. When people also talk about Paris Agreement, and young people, youth, I want to really explain this to you. Paris Agreement requires that 80% of the financing for the national development NDCs of our countries be financed by the global community providing $100 billion a year in financing. That's not been done. 80% of it is conditional on that. And so if we are saying, let's do just energy transition, let's first meet the commitments that have been made. Let me close by really offering to you, Mr. President, my admiration for you, your leadership, your convening us, your giving us this platform, and for being a champion and a relentless champion for issues that affect Africa. I consider you a friend, but you are an inspiring leader, and an inspiring leader that we need at this time for this continent. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Your Excellency. Thank you so much, Dr. Adesina. Sorry, thank you so much. And I think I will be doing a lot of injustice if I do not acknowledge all the young people from across the African continent in this room who have put their energy and effort in putting together the African Youth Climate Declaration.